Ladies and gentlemen, and members of the press, the Prime Minister.
Hello, everybody. Just a reminder, criticism of my speech this afternoon may well result in political imprisonment. Police Superintendent Savage, get them. I intend to make booing illegal, by the way.
And a Merry Christmas to you, too.
One more word and you'll spend Christmas in the slammer.
I say, that's a bit harsh, isn't it?
Get him as well, Superintendent. Now, I have decided to deliver this speech about the reset of the adjustment of the budget today, just to clarify the government's policies for the next 4 years. Unless, of course, we decide to extend the statutory parliamentary term from 5 to 10 years.
You can't do that.
With our majority, we can do what we sodding well want. We're freezing pensioners to death and bankrupting farmers. We've been scrounging freebies and lying and cheating to our heart's content. So yes, we can and will do that. Our original 5-point plan was, number 1, to have the highest sustained growth in the G7. Eventually. Number 2, make Britain a clean energy superpower, even with millibonkers in charge. And you know the rest, right? I'll take questions now. Ebenezer Pyjamas of the Rockall Weekly Herald. Prime Minister, will it take the fuckwits running the NHS as long to finally work out what a woman is as it took you? Right, Superintendent, grab him. I hope you enjoy the food in strange ways, you far-right whitey. I'll take the next question from Silas Backscuttle of the Town and Country Ant Farmer magazine.
Mr. Prime Minister, how do you propose to tackle the very real problem of two-tier policing?
Right, drag him out for the umpteenth time. There is no such thing as two-tier policing in this country.
How come one section of the community can assault people, chant illegal slogans calling for war and get away with it, but another section of the community protests peacefully and gets harassed, bullied and assaulted by the police?
That is because the police are too scared to approach the you-know-who brigade, but find it easy to harass and intimidate concerned middle-aged and elderly individuals who have no preponderance to violence whatsoever.
But surely that's not fair.
You do realise prison sentences may be doubled for hecklers like you?
That's not fair either.
Doesn't need to be fair. Just so long as it makes it easier for me to control twats like you who insist on stupid ideas like the truth.
Just you leave our wonderful Keir alone, you brute! He's got another 10 years of this crap.
Give that person a banana.
So why does one heckler get 2 years in the slammer and another heckler gets a banana?
Depends entirely on the nature of the heckle.
But that is two-tier policing, isn't it?
Depends what I decide to call it, and I say it isn't.
But what about the truth?
The truth is whatever I say it is. We are not truthers, we're Labour. Now, Superintendent, lock up this heckler. 5 years should do it. Next question is from Samantha Pertbottom of the Slags for Stratford Courier.
Will you ever decide to appoint some half-decent ministers instead of a transport secretary who is a fraudster, a chancellor who is a murderous cretin bent on freezing everyone over 50 to death, and is also a lying bastard who can't count, a barely sentient foreign secretary whose intentions are to accumulate more air miles than Halley's Comet, and a net zero secretary who is a frothing at the gills lunatic who measures his own success by how many people he manages to put out of work in a given week.
Superintendent, first one here for Bronzefield. Can't have truthing like this on my watch. Next question is from Daniel Druff of the Half-Human Hairdressers Weekly.
You came to power, your vice PM said you will be building 1.5 million homes in this parliament. How many homes have you built up to now?
The amazing total of...
What?
I said...
Didn't catch that.
We'll catch this then. Superintendent, arrest the git. We'll have so many new political prisoners after this, we'll have to release all the rapists, terrorists, and murderers again.
Are you sure that'll be enough?
Not really. I suppose we could open what's left of the loony bins and release all the sociopaths, psychopaths, and minus IQ incompetents.
They are already in your fucking cabinet.
Superintendent, another one for you. Final question from Cole Slaw of the Pogo Stick Polo Monthly.
Prime Minister, farmers face being thrown off their farms and condemned to poverty. How can you and your government be so heartless and cruel?
Where on earth have you been this past few months? Haven't you heard about what we did to the pensioners, or what's left of them? If we can do that to a vulnerable group of people who have paid into the UK government for decades to ensure they will be looked after, and who we have totally betrayed, if we can do that to those poor old sods, we can do any inhuman thing you care to imagine.
You do realise that, without a hint of jest, ill-treating the old, then moving on to the sick, then the mentally deficient, is the way really bad things have started out in other European countries in the not-so-distant past.
Right, feel his collar, Superintendent. Any more truth in and I'll lock the whole fucking lot of you up. I'm in charge now and I'll do what I want, including population my front bench with the biggest load of misfits and tossers ever seen outside of an asylum. And don't you forget it.